Well, good morning, magandang umaga, and welcome to today's episode of My HPI Dream. Agenda for today, I'm not really sure. A couple things that I know we have to do. We have to run down to Bottleneck this morning. We were visited by one of the Bottleneck, I'm going to call him an inspector. He came out with a bunch of pieces of paper, and it's basically what needs to be done for the work order for relocating our meter from one position to the next. So what we have to do, we signed some paperwork. What we have to do is we have to go down to the Bottleneck to customer service desk where we open up the work order and present them with some information or a piece of paper that we signed so that they can actually do the relocation of the meter from just a few meters down the road to our house and right in front of our house with that new meter base that Noel installed last week. So that's the first thing on the agenda this morning. Also, in today's episode, I'm going to show you the results. Remember, I ordered on Amazon.com back in the US that cover for the picnic table that we put here on the barbecue patio back on the back of the house. Now, I'm going to give you a review of the product itself, as well as I'm going to let you know how the shipping worked out, the details, the specifics. So we'll get into that as well. And then maybe later on today, there's some things that I also want to do. I said I didn't have an agenda, but I kind of do have an agenda, don't I? And it has to do with, I bought that paint the other day, so I need to get that started as well. So maybe we'll pull out the pressure washer. Oh, did I tell you I bought a pressure washer? I don't know if I did or not, but we'll talk about the pressure washer too. So I don't want to reveal everything here in the intro this morning, so let's get today's video started. Now, without further delay, let's get today's video underway. Now, as you can see, we did a little bit of shopping on the way back. We're done with Bottleneck. We got everything paid for. They're going to do the meter transfer. They said tomorrow is Sunday. I'm going to bet it's going to be tomorrow because Sunday is a holiday and it's Fiesta and Leap, and it's going to be kind of crazy. And normally the offices are all closed down there at Bottleneck on Sunday as well. So we'll be probably looking for them tomorrow to do the meter change. Now, you see, we went shopping, but we went shopping at Roy and Michelle's right here in Barangay Anilao. And I want to show you. Michelle is so sweet. Michelle gave us some bonuses here for us. Ness was trying to get some, what is it, the pancit. She was trying to get some pancit from Tess. You know, Tess cooks in the little booth right next to the little, little restaurant she has inside there. But she was out of everything for the morning, and it's like in between breakfast and lunchtime. So Michelle had already picked up some pancit from Tess, and she most graciously gave it to us. I hope we didn't take their lunch, but this is what she gave us. So that's going to be our lunch for today. And she also, Michelle, she is a sweetheart, and she also gave us some bananas. The banana man in the little bicycle that comes there, and he sells bananas to them. Was just doing a delivery of bananas for Gabi Shop, the Sorry shop that Roy and Michelle have. Also, another surprise. We are going to, you know how we always do Fiesta. We try to show you Lipa's Fiesta, and we show our local Barangay Fiesta as well. Well, anyway, we are going to Fiesta on Sunday. January 20 is the date for the festive Fiesta here in Lipa. And the biggest surprise is we're going with Roy and Michelle. Roy said, we'll take you down there because they got a smaller car, and it's easy to park their car downtown than the big truck. And that's exactly what he said. He said, you don't want to park your big truck down there. So Fiesta on Sunday, put it on your calendar. We'll be downtown with Roy and Michelle. Now, before I get started with any of the projects outside the house today, I told you I would share with you my experience receiving something from Amazon.com that I ordered from the US. Now, I didn't order this that long ago. You can probably go back a couple episodes and you'll see where I ordered. Maybe 5 days ago. I'm just guessing right now. But what I ordered, I received yesterday. As a matter of fact, it was last night after dark. A UPS truck. A UPS truck pulled up to the side of Villa Feliz right here, and I had totally forgotten about the order. I'm like, why is the UPS truck here? Well, it did a delivery, and it came like this in this box right here. So, you see, I received the box. So let's see what was in the box. I already opened it up and I assembled it on the table. Remember, it is the protective cover for the top of that outside picnic table. I said I was going to probably put some kind of sealer on it, but I really didn't want to change the finish on the outside of the picnic table because the finish is really nice. So, this is what I received. Now, I got to tell you, I am extremely happy with this this product. The fit, and it's really not for this. It's called a coffee table. It's called a coffee table cover by the description on Amazon.com. But you can see the dimensions when I looked at the dimensions of the table and the dimensions that it described. It is actually perfect. You see, this is the seam here. This is the seam here. And this is the where it covers over the edge. And it's got this really neat clip. You see these clips right here? And you take these clips and you just pop them off. And then when you pop them off, this drops down like here. And you can take it off of the top of the table. But what this does, what these clips do here, they secure the tablecloth, the table cover, which is weatherproof, and they secure it so that if you have high winds that come up underneath, your tablecloth doesn't fly up in the air and disappear with any big winds. So I got to tell you, this was a great purchase right here. I'm going to leave the link today on the description block, and you'll probably see it here in the video as well. But I am extremely happy with this. Now, the second part of the problem, or the second part of what I need to do, I need to cover the bench seats too. Now, they do not have these for this size over here. Now, I guess I could buy this and use this material and go to a sewing shop here in Lipa and have them make one for both these. That is an option to make everything kind of match. But right now we're going to look to see, because we don't want this warping. And this young lady right here, this young lady, and that young man right there, they tend to be on here a lot. I don't know, I just wiped off all the footprints on this one over here. I don't know if you can see. No, I don't think there's any footprints on this side, but we cleaned this up. So we need to have some covers on here for when we're not using the picnic table out here. Well, here's my Karcher. This is my Karcher K4. I bought this like a year ago, and it's been sitting inside the generator room. I haven't even opened the box of this yet, but we're going to do that right now. We're going to do a box opening, see what's inside the box. And I did notice something. I bought this from City Hardware a year ago. Since then, their line has grown. They have the K4 and the K5 there now. I believe the K5 just has maybe some more options. Maybe it's a little bit more powerful. The main thing we got this for was to do the cleaning of the floors outside and the composite deck railing that we have around all the porches and lanais. Now the plan for this tool today is mainly for the retaining wall for the driveway, because remember, I need to get it painted. So I'm going to try to do some cleaning with this. Hopefully there is some soap inside. If not, we'll do it with just high pressured water. And then we'll do a little bit of grinding to kind of make the wall about the same level where you won't see any obvious pieces of the concrete sticking out. And then we'll do a little bit of painting. That's the plan for today. Let's see if that gets accomplished. Now we're going to go ahead and open the box and see what the contents are on the inside of the box. And maybe read the instructions a little bit. Maybe not, I don't know. And then we're going to get this thing operational. Now you're probably asking yourself, James, why is the box like all bulging and everything like this? Now you know when the manufacturer packs all the items, the main item, any accessories inside the box, they have a specific way of making sure that they can maximize everything's packed inside there with the smallest amount of box size on the outside. A lot of times when you pull something out of the box, it never goes back in the same way it came out, the way the manufacturer did. And that's what's going to happen a lot of times when you go to the sales, because the sales guy is not going to pay attention how he yanks everything out and they try to put things back in. And that's why this is all bulging like that, but not a big deal. So let's go ahead and open it up. Now inside, first thing, the main unit. I'm sure there was some kind of cover over the top of it to begin with, but there is not anymore. So let's go ahead and get the main unit out. Set this aside. And it looks like we have the spray wand here and the hose that connects the main unit to the spray wand. It looks like another accessory right here. The handle that goes on the back that you can probably wrap your hose around. That will have to be assembled. Oh yes, universal cleaner. This is what I was questioning about. They have the universal cleaner, that's great. Some parts that need to be assembled on the main unit itself. I'm not sure where, but we might have to look at the instructions to figure out where these go. Oh, the control mechanism for the wand right here, the on-off button. We have this. Another component right here that needs to be connected for one of the accessories or where the wand slides through. And a connector right here that looks like it has something to do where a hose will connect up. And the instruction manual, and looks like an advertisement inside here. And of course, I have no idea what, because this is in, actually this is in Hangul. This is in Korean. But I think this has to do with registering, because you're putting your serial number down, your name, telephone number, and things like that. So that's probably for warranty registration. It's kind of weird that this is a German pressure washer and the warranty card comes in Korean. Who knows? Anyway, let's go ahead and move this. We shall actually look inside the manual because we got to hook up a couple of pieces on here before we get started. See if we can get right to the, before startup, attaching the accessories. So that's where we are right here. So we're going to do this. We're going to do the attaching of the accessories, get everything hooked up, and then we'll read the operational part. Okay, I kind of went through the instructions here real quick for the assembly. Doesn't look like it's too tough. Pretty much a no-brainer. But it's always good, like this one, it has an illustration. It shows you the illustration on here for assembly, and it also has the written instructions on the next couple of pages as far as doing the, attaching the accessories. It's important a lot of times to look at the notes. They put notes in there or warnings or cautions for a reason. And it has a lot to do with making sure that you don't have to go back and fix something the second time or damage the equipment when you're doing the installation. So we'll go ahead and go by the illustrations. I already went through the instructions, the written instructions. Well, it comes with the wheels already installed, so that's a good thing. So the next thing is installing some of the accessories on here. And I don't even know what this does, but I do know it goes right here. So we'll pop this in place. Okay, snap is a good sign that it is in place. The next one is, this it looks like maybe for the wand holder, and it goes over on this side. Okay, so that's that piece right there. Then the next item is the handle, I guess you could call it. And this, it snaps into place and it screws. So we're gonna have to come back and screw it in just a second. A couple of screws. Then the next item is this controller right here. Now this controller has to do with the control of the cleaner. And it has a couple of tubes, and it has this thing where you have maximum to minimum and an off position when you're not putting soap through your spray nozzle. And next it says for the wand here, go ahead and click the hose into the wand. They have the same connections on both of them. You don't have to worry about which one is which. Make sure you hear it click, click. Okay. Then, next item is this adapter right here. This is for your hose, but it says this has to go in this section right here. Then this part, the hose connects into here. Now what this connection will do, it'll connect to your quick disconnect that you have on your hose. And I have that on several of my hoses, so we'll be able to use that. And it just slides over and snaps into place. Now I read about these two. These are two different spray valves. This is for very high pressure. When you can't get anything done with this one, this is variable. You can change based on this little gauge you have here. But one way it gives you less power and one way it gives you more power. But for something that's really difficult, this is a very high pressure with a very small nozzle on the end. So that's what these two are. So basically we're going to start out with the standard one, and we'll connect this inside here and snap it into place. So now we're ready. It's probably going to go something like this. This is probably the little holder right here. And I guess that's what this is for. Yeah, something like this right here. We'll hook up our water, we plug it in. The only other thing we do, we have to pop this in, and it goes in the back. It goes into the back of the unit right here. It will turn upside down, and it will snap, boom, right inside the little connector right there. We won't plug that in yet. So let's go ahead and read some instructions first about operation, and then we'll take it outside and we'll see how it works. Okay, I have the water hooked up and it is pressurized. I have power. Well, no, I guess I don't have power until I plug it in. So let's have some power here. We have power. Nothing's turned on yet. So we're going to do the maiden voyage of the pressure washer here. Now, I will tell you, I messed up on the installation. I had, let's see, I had this connector over here that holds this little accessory right here. It holds the wand. I put it on the opposite side. I thought I read the instructions correctly, but even I make mistakes, and I'll let you know when I make a mistake. And it made more sense because that's the bottom that holds the end of the wand right there, and it goes here. And there was no place for wrapping the cord around. And this is actually for the power cord right here. The power cord kind of goes around here. So I put the soap inside here, and we're going to turn it on here in a second, and we'll see how it works. Okay, now we are getting soap. I'm going to turn this off of mix, and I'm going to put it on max right now. And take this off, turn the suction from the detergent right now. Let's see how the sprayer works. I got to tell you, I wish this had a little bit more pressure. It says it advertises on the box, and it advertises in bar, and I don't know the conversion for bar to PSI. I'm sure we can look it up on Google. But it doesn't have a lot of pressure. Now what we can do, we can try using the high pressure wand and see what it actually does. But sometimes you got to be careful with the high pressure ones because it can do more damage sometimes than it does good. But we're going to try it anyway. We're going to see how it works. Oh, I can tell you, this works a lot better, and it's not as much high pressure as I thought it was going to be, but it's just the right amount for what we need to do right here on the retaining walls to get the mildew and the mold off. So I'm going to go ahead and continue using this, and then we'll move on to the next project, which is going to be doing some grinding, and then we'll do some painting. Okay, so I kind of got off track today. There was a lot of things I had on the agenda. What time is it today? It is probably around 4 o'clock. So it's pretty much the end of the day for me. I got diverted. I was working on, remember, I was going to do the painting today. But before I was going to do the painting, before I was doing the painting, I had to do some grinding. And before I did the grinding, I had to do the pressure washing to get all the mold and mildew off, so I didn't, mold and mildew, so I did not paint over the top of it and then cause like some problems with the paint later on. Well, I got started with the pressure washing, and as you probably have seen inside the time-lapse videography, that actually looks pretty good. It looks pretty good now, even without the next layer of paint, but it needs paint because there's some areas that don't have paint. Well, while I was doing the pressure washing, I thought to myself, oh, I have some green stuff on my handrails and for the composite wood for the deck railing. So I thought to myself, well, I will do a little bit on the front of the porch. Well, a little bit on the front of the porch got to pressure washing the whole porch and the tile itself. Then it went to the backyard. And I went on the back porch. And I did the entire deck railing on the back porch, and I did the tile. Then I started doing some of the outside wall around the basement to the back porch. So I kind of got off track really bad. And sometimes you do that, but you know what? It all has to be done. It doesn't matter. Now, another diversion, an unexpected visit by some of the subscribers. And it's always pleasant to have somebody come by, whether announced, whether unannounced. So we're going to talk a little bit with some of the folks that just dropped by here. And then tomorrow, I can't say I promise you, but tomorrow we might get to the painting as well. And then you remember on Sunday's a big day. Sunday's the big day that we're going to Fiesta. And I said earlier, Fiesta was going to be with Roy and Michelle. But it's not just with Roy and Michelle. It's at Roy's family's house in the middle of Lipa. His house is right in the middle of Lipa proper, where his family home is. And so I just learned that just a while ago. I misunderstood what Roy said earlier. Well, anyway, you hear some coughing, you hear some laughing in the background probably, and that's our guests here. So anyway, I'm going to let our guests introduce themselves, and we're going to have a little talk about where they came from and what they're doing here in the Philippines. So anyway, let's go ahead and start.
Hi, I'm Furman Felizardo from Tacoma, Washington. Hey.
I'm the wife, Susan Felizardo.
Hello, I'm Furman's first cousin, and we live here in Batangas City.
And this is Jeanette, my husband June, and we're from Batangas City.
And she said to me, well, she's so shy, she didn't want to be on the camera. But I said, we always need to have her pretty face on the camera. So it's good that we have everybody participating into anyway. So anyway, these folks here are from Batangas City, and so we know we're Batangas City. You've been with me plenty of times on the trips there. But these guys are from Seattle, from the Tacoma area. Okay, Tacoma. Okay, with a big difference, really big difference. But it's the Pacific Northwest, and it's a great place to be. Anyway, tell me, what are you doing in the Philippines right now?
Well, we've been wanting to come back. It's been a while, so we decided, It's a good time.
It is a good time. When did you guys get here?
Last week, the 8th or 9th?
Yeah, the 9th, I think.
Ninth,
The 9th.
So you came after the first of the year. You missed all the great Christmas things that they do here, and the New Year's with all the fireworks and everything like that. Now, hey, you know what I just said? Sunday here in Lipa, Fiesta. You guys gonna be here for Fiesta?
Batanga City Fiesta.
You did. How was that? What's it like in Batanga City for Fiesta?
Too much food, food and all food.
There's always too much food during Fiesta. Now, I got to tell you, this couple here, they had a very interesting business that recently closed. You were telling me about, but explain about the business that you had.
It's a water business, and we deliver water. But we had some corporate clients like the Shell Refinery and Specs, Shell Exploration, and they deliver water also to Malampaya gas plant. That's used to be our customers then.
And we had an interesting topic of conversation about filtration, and I explained about the 3-stage filtration system that we have in the basement, plus the 1-stage of filtration that we have in the ref upstairs. But another recommendation that we talked about earlier, we talked a little bit about UV, right?
Yeah, UV. UV is very important because it's the final stage that in case bacteria builds up in your filters because you did not change them regularly, and at least the UV it's gonna zap all those bacteria, and you'll have safe water again. Hopefully.
Well, we were talking about it, and I initially wanted to put a UV filter in the system, but you don't need to put a UV filter for everything inside your house because what we talked about was capacity and the size of the UV filter that you need inside your house. Now, if you're consuming water, and correct me if I'm wrong, if you're consuming water, obviously you want to make that as safe as possible. Now, you don't really worry so much about bacteria for like your shower or your washing in your laundry and things like that.
No.
So
just what you drink.
So basically, if you're designing your water system inside your house and you want to add your UV filter, you remember we put a manifold inside this house so that we could isolate different parts of the house. The upper floor, different places on the first floor, the laundry room from the kitchen, the basement. If you have places, when you're designing your house, if you want to integrate a UV in your system, make sure you add it on places that you're going to do drinking water. If you know you're going to use the kitchen sink for drinking water, go ahead and put your kitchen sink to, if you have a refrigerator or a ref and you have an ice maker and a water maker that you're going to be drinking out of that water delivery system, go ahead and make that all part of that one part of your manifold on that one valve and add a UV filter. Or you can do what we were talking about here. We're talking about going directly behind the refrigerator, and the water that comes from the wall that goes into the refrigerator, we can put a very small UV filter on there as well to eliminate the need for a larger one for higher flows. And we have a plug back there. We have the plug for the refrigerator, and each plug usually comes with 2 plugs that you can go inside, and we can use the one for the UV system. So that was a great idea, and I appreciate you talking about that. That's something I think that we're going to integrate into our system here. Let's go back to the Seattle couple here. Go back to the Seattle couple. The question of the day is, obviously you're subscribers. How did you find out about the channel?
He found it, and I don't know.
I found it somehow, just snooping around different places, YouTube.
Goofing around. That's a nice technical term. I like that.
The hole was dug about that point.
Oh, yeah, I think
that was a long time. That was at the very beginning.
First day.
It's the very beginning.
So found you and got interesting. So
yeah, it's very
every morning we just get up and say, oh, okay, let's see what James doing.
Yeah.
Come on, every morning you really get up every morning.
Every morning when you get up, and so those days when you're late, it's like, is he okay?
Tell us the Clyde story. I want to hear. I heard this is interesting.
I think when I first got here, I said, I want to go to Lipa and get Clyde's.
You want to go to Lipa and get Clyde's? Well, you know, Clyde's actually is a franchise. I don't think there's like hundreds of them around here, but they are in other areas. But I'm not really sure what the other areas are. But I do know
it would be at Batangas, but it wasn't.
Well, I do know the folks at Clyde's here in Lipa and SM Mall. They are getting lots of people that are coming inside, and they're walking right in the front door. And what they're saying is, I want what James always buys here.
That's what we got in our
So anyway, we're gonna continue here. We just sat down here and we started just kind of jabbering a little bit about this, a little bit about that. But I always offer folks a tour if they want to take a tour of the house. I know these guys have probably watched enough of the videos. And look at
Yes, we know it.
yeah. That I have people coming in when we say that we have to go to the restroom, to the comfort room, and we start to point to it. They say, "No, we know where it's at. We know exactly where it's at." So, but we haven't shown them any bit around the house, and sometimes it's a little bit different watching it on the video than it is seeing it in person. So we're going to offer that up to them right now. And then we'll get back to pretty much closing out for the day, because I think I'm done with some of the work that we're doing around the house here today. And then we'll focus on what happens tomorrow. So anyway, I'm going to get back with these guys, and we'll be back. Hey guys, thank you so much for visiting us here today. And thanks for doing a little bit of the episode here for the folks, the subscribers, to be able to see you guys. All right, we'll be back in just a minute. What are you doing? What do you think? What do you think? You think we should close today's video? What did we do today? I don't even know what we did today. I know I did some cleaning around. Oh, we did bottleneck this morning.
Yeah.
So hopefully they'll be doing the meter change tomorrow. And then I did some cleaning.
Yeah,
I
you
did some cleaning.
Your pressure washer.
In preparation for doing some painting. I got to tell you, the pressure washer worked pretty good. And you would be surprised. I was surprised at the amount of pressure I was getting out of the head. Now let me tell you something. Let me give you a word of caution. Word of caution is, don't ever stick your hand down at the end of one of those wands on a pressure washer to try to like wash off all the dirt and stuff that have on your hand. And don't ask me how I know not to do that. We're not going to get into that. But don't do that. It's a bad, bad thing. It's a bad, bad thing. So anyway, also,
what happened with that tunnel?
It's fine. It's fine. I'm okay. I still have. I think the fingers will still work.
You only have 3 lives left now.
So tomorrow might be some painting tomorrow. Oh, we also had our wonderful guests that came and visited us from Seattle and from Batangas City. And that was a great time. I really enjoyed that. I'm trying to keep Mary Ann from bumping into the camera right here. All right. How come, as soon as I put the camera up, you guys come running out here by the camera? Are you photo bombers? Are you a photo bomber?
Yeah, we are photo bombers.
You're all photo bombers. Well, I'm going to try to close out today's video. It was a great day today. Not a lot of stuff accomplished around the house. But we made some forward progress, and tomorrow hopefully some more forward progress, and then Sunday we're going to have a relaxing day. Today is Friday, right? Tomorrow's Saturday, right? Yeah. Okay, so tomorrow a little bit more work. Sunday, Fiesta, Lipa City. So that's what we'll be doing on that day. So again, we're going to close for now. If you enjoyed today's video, please give us a thumbs up. Please share, and if you have not subscribed, just click on that little My PI Dream heart in the bottom right hand side of your screen. You will be subscribed, and you will be notified the next time we upload a new video. So until such time, you have a wonderful and blessed day. Where are the dogs?
Where are the dogs?
I turned the camera off. Where are the dogs?
Yeah, they're
They
gonna
are. They are photo,
Photo
bombers.
bombers.
Yeah.